Attention passionate Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Let me tell you, this is one of those rumors that's shaking up the entire NFC West. It's been circulating like wildfire, and if it turns out to be true, it could completely reshape how the Seahawks approach the rest of this season and beyond. We're talking about a blockbuster trade that could send shockwaves through the league, especially in the NFC. The name at the center of it all? Justin Jefferson, the absolute star receiver from the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, you heard that right. The Vikings, currently sitting at 4-6 and clearly in full rebuild mode, are apparently eyeing a major shakeup. And the Seahawks? Well, they might be the team to benefit the most. Sources close to the situation suggest that Seattle is in serious talks with Minnesota about acquiring Jefferson, one of the most explosive wideouts in the league today. The deal being discussed involves a first-round pick and a conditional pick, which could turn into even more assets based on performance or other factors. This isn't just a rumor. It's a bombshell that's exploding across NFL circles. Why would Minnesota consider trading Jefferson? Well, with a 4-6 record, their defense giving up an average of 27 points per game, and a financial cap situation that's tight because of their quarterback situation with Kirk Cousins, it makes sense. They're in full rebuild mode, and sometimes a team has to make the tough decision to trade away their franchise star to accelerate their rebuild. Now, think about what adding Jefferson would mean for the Seahawks. It's not just about getting a top-tier wide receiver. It's about drastically transforming Seattle's aerial attack. DK Metcalf, who's been battling shoulder injuries, and Jackson Smith-Njigba, nursing that ankle, need some extra help, and Jefferson's arrival would provide exactly that. He's a game-changer, a mismatch nightmare for defenses, and someone who can take the Seahawks' offense to a whole new level. At 26, Jefferson is in his prime, and his stats are eye-popping. In just 10 games in 2025, he's already hauled in 82 receptions for 120 yards, averaging 7 yards per catch and over 112 yards per game. Plus, he's found the end zone 8 times, and his PFF grade of 92. 4 shows just how dominant he's been this season. His career numbers: 474 catches for over 7, 278 yards and 43 touchdowns, with a yards after catch, YAC of 200 yards. That's elite production right there. Jefferson's game is built on separation, and he generates around 28% more yards after the catch compared to the average receiver, which creates explosive mismatches. His presence on the field would open up the entire offense, forcing defenses to account for his speed and route-running ability. When you look at his recent performance, his ability to stretch the field is undeniable. His 2025 stats are almost unheard of: minimal injuries, no concussions, and a consistent trajectory of growth. He's a player who not only produces yards, but also elevates the efficiency of the entire passing game. His EPA, expected points added, per target is among the best in the league, meaning every time he's targeted, good things happen for his team. From the Vikings' perspective, it's a move driven by necessity. They're 4-6 and their defense is struggling, giving up nearly 27 points per game. With a cap situation that's tight due to the demands of their quarterback, and with the need to start thinking about the future, trading Jefferson makes sense. This move would not only free up some cap space, but also give them draft capital to start rebuilding around younger players or picks. It's a calculated risk, but one that could pay off if they're planning for a future rebuild. For the Seahawks, this trade could be a game-changer. With Jefferson lining up alongside Metcalf, the Seahawks would boast one of the most dangerous wide receiver duos in the league. Jefferson's addition would elevate the offense, especially in deep routes, and give Geno Smith a premier weapon to work with. His ability to line up on the outside and create mismatches would open up the field significantly, allowing the Seahawks to stretch defenses and keep their offense unpredictable. Not to mention, Jefferson's presence would help mitigate the impact of Metcalf's shoulder injuries, giving the Seahawks a reliable target no matter what. Statistically, adding Jefferson could push the Seahawks' offensive numbers to new heights. If we project his performance this season, seeing him reach around 400 yards receiving, it would be a huge boost for the Seahawks' scoring potential. His EPA per pass would likely climb, and the team's points per game could see an increase from their current levels, possibly reaching over 22 points per game. His deep threat capability, coupled with Jackson Smith-Njigba's emerging route running, would create a potent passing attack that defenses would struggle to contain. Imagine the mismatches, Jefferson's speed versus linebackers or safeties, the ability to attack downfield, and the threat of big plays on every drive. And let's not forget the playoff implications. The Seahawks are eyeing a deep postseason run, and adding a player like Jefferson could be the X factor they need. His presence in the postseason, especially given his track record of making big plays under pressure, could be the difference between just making the playoffs and making a real run at the Super Bowl. The odds for Seattle to lift the Lombardi Trophy are already favorable with plus 15000, but with Jefferson, those odds could shorten significantly, potentially to around plus 4500. In particular, in the playoffs, mismatches become even more crucial, and Jefferson's ability to create those mismatches against the 49ers, secondary, for example, would be a nightmare for San Francisco. Now, looking at the big picture, this trade would symbolize a new era for the Seahawks. It would send a message that Seattle is serious about contending now, not just planning for the future. With Geno Smith at the helm and a defense that's been improving, adding a playmaker of Jefferson's caliber would make the Seahawks a legitimate Super Bowl contender. They already have a talented roster, but this move could elevate the team's ceiling dramatically. For the Vikings, it's a reset, a chance to start fresh with a ton of draft capital, and perhaps a sign that they're committed to building around a new core. It's a classic case of a team in full rebuild versus a team looking to make a deep playoff push. In the end, fans of the Seahawks should be excited about the possibility of adding Jefferson. It's not just about one player, it's about the potential to redefine what this team can do on offense. With his speed, route running, and ability to turn short plays into big gains, Jefferson could be the piece that pushes Seattle into serious Super Bowl contention. The NFL is a league of momentous moves, and this could very well be the move that sets the Seahawks apart from their division rivals and puts them squarely back in the hunt for another championship. As we wait for official confirmation, the buzz is already building, and Seahawks fans should be ready to see their team take a bold step forward. Pause here, just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Seattle Seahawks news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So what do you guys think? Is Jefferson the missing piece for Seattle to finally make that Super Bowl run? Would you be excited to see him in the Seahawks uniform, terrorizing defenses and giving Geno Smith that extra weapon to work with? Personally, I believe that if this trade happens, it's a clear sign that the Seahawks are serious about competing for a championship now. The NFC is wide open, and with the right moves, Seattle can absolutely be a team to watch come playoff time. The arrival of Jefferson would send a message to the league: Seattle is here and they're not backing down. This could be the start of a new chapter, one filled with hope, excitement, and the relentless pursuit of glory. And now, Seattle Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seattle Seahawks. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Seattle Seahawks news. Let's keep the passion alive and get ready for what could be an unforgettable season. Go Hawks!